Итак, мы продолжаем наше неспешное путешествие, наше прохождение. Что такое? Спасибо. Спасибо, но пока нет. В общем так, мы провели небольшое расследование в предыдущей главе по поводу пропажи подруги одной аэтерна. И нам дали зацепку, которую надо искать в местном музее. И в этот музей мы, в принципе, отправимся. Он, по-моему, в южном квартале. Эй. Вот он. Привет. Esme?
Blazes! I didn't see you coming. But good that you're here. Shall we go?
Ты в порядке?
What? Oh, never mind. Are you ready? I think the museum just opened.
Да, пойдем. Догоняй, малявка. Иди к черту, а. Так.
Well, would you look at that? Guests. And fresh faces at that. Normally, it's always the same bunch of noblemen and women who come here.
I'm afraid we're not here for the exhibition. Do you... well... do you know a lot about artifacts?
That's my path. Why do you ask?
This. Have you ever seen such an idol before?
Show me. Ooh, interesting. These glyphs, they... Huh. That's peculiar.
В чем дело?
I first thought they were old Arazalian, but they also resemble Scaragian runes. Quite the concoction. But, yes, I think I've seen this kind of writing before, on another exhibit.
Это на каком?
That's a good question. I can't remember.
Эх, а еще
But
смотрите.
listen, why don't you take a look around yourselves? I have a lot on my plate today, and as much as I'd like to help you, work comes first. Just examine the other exhibits for similar runes, without touching them preferably.
Fair enough. Thank you for your help, my sir.
Какой нафиг полно дел? У тебя посетителей нету ни хрена. Полно дел у него. Артефакты древнего народа. Как бы мне стоите тут. Так. Что у нас тут есть?
Impressive. Tara would have loved
Oh.
this place.
Вот металлолом. Блин, да тут переть все это нахрен можно. Что это? Если вы видите справедливость и сильного сердца графа Долгий, Геймблиона из Элитаса. Покойся с миром.
No, nothing here.
Что? Блин, а тут да, древнего народа артефактов тут полно. Включено. Восковая модель заблудшего.
No, nothing here.
Наверное, нам вот это все-таки. И тут еще есть. О, посох порчи. Тут витрины эти потом взломать можно. Получить с них много опыта. Фрагменты находки старой цивилизации, спасенные из глубоких руин, они напоминают нам о былых временах, когда они были сделаны из мягкого камня со всевозможными усилиями и навыками.
Wait. Yes. That looks promising, doesn't it? Let's get the curator.
Я на вершине мира.
Right, that was it. The rune tablet from the Dark Valley.
И какая в ней история?
Well, nobody knows exactly. Some treasure hunter brought it here decades ago. He claimed to have found it near the battlefield of the Blood Moon riots. Yes?
Blood Moon riots?
How may I be a... Yes. A sad chapter in Enderalian history. The Blood Moon rebels retreated to an old abandoned fortress named Castle Bleakstar. The battle went on for days until the Order finally stormed the place and killed every single rebel in there. The irony of the story is that the castle had already been deemed cursed. Apparently, the lord who lived there somewhere in the early 5000s conducted some, how should I put it, strange rituals there. Kilana Hammerstrike's advisors urged her not to make a stand there, but she brushed it off as superstitious nonsense.
Думаете, эти слухи правдивы?
No, I don't. I believe that a crumbling fortress simply wasn't able to withstand a full-on assault by a division of keepers.
Значит, ироническая таблица и наш идол оба имеют отношение к этому замку, Мрачная звезда?
That would be my guess. Wait, you're not actually planning to go there, are you?
Ты угадал.
We are.
Именно это мы и
But
собираетесь
that's
делать.
madness. Even the guard and the order avoid the Dark Valley.
Да ладно, я там
It's
был
been
уже.
crawling with undead ever since the Red Madness broke out.
We'll be prepared. In any case, we owe you our thanks. You helped us a lot.
But... fine. Do what you must. Feel free to examine the rune tablet if you want to. I need to get back to work.
That's settled then. The place Doll Mercer mentioned must be Castle Bleakstar. Shall we go?
Надеюсь, то, что найдется в этом замке, стоит такого. Ладно, иди.
Good. And thank you. For doing this, I mean. Let's meet at the Myrad's Tower near the Dark Valley, alright? I'll be there in a day or so.
Хорошо. День так день. Ну, предлагаю заняться тогда основным сюжетом. Да ну надо день ждать где-то. Да, в смысле ты не можешь спрыгнуть так? Так, чё? Блин, тут много предметов древнего народа, которым... Это что такое? Это знаменитая лютня, насколько же известная флейта, Нестеля, Грегора, Казанова, Златоглотова. Ага. Так, ладно. Сюжет пришло твое время. Я обещал взяться за сюжет на 40-м уровне, но немного загулялся. Поехали. Блин. По-моему, границы Сердцеземья. Вроде бы туда мне надо. Так. Я правильно полетел? А, да, вот он. Здоров.
Yes.
Меня послал великий магистр Арантил. Мне следует пройти испытание, чтобы стать хранителем.
Oh, yes. You're the prodigy. I was expecting something else. I hope you're aware of what you're getting yourself into. Our novices trained for years for this trial. And as much as I respect the Grand Master, I think this is naive.
Тебе не понять.
In other words, it will be dangerous. Be aware of that.
Ой. Знаю. Давай не будем.
Huh. If you insist. Then it seems I'm granted the extraordinary honor of exalting the first
Ой,
pathless in the
как вы
history of the order
задолбали своими
to a keeper.
ярлыками.
The others
Господи.
will scream for joy. Give me the package the Grandmaster gave you, and say hello to your new comrades. I have to go prepare something.
Соратники? Ой, я их знать не знаю. Кто ты
What?
такая?
Oh, hello. You're
тебе
our
при-
unexpected addition, aren't you? The prodigy?
Да, ну зови меня Пин. Звучит не так глупо.
It does, actually. I'm Kalia Sakaresh, by my path novice and aspirant to the first sigil. I have been told what you did in Old Rashengrad, that you saved the excavations and fought back the mercenaries all on your own. An astonishing feat, truly. You have my respect for that.
Мне удается сливать в неприятности повсюду, куда меня не занесет. Ну, в принципе,
Well,
так оно
as
и
long
есть.
as you handle it as well as you did in Old Rashengrad, that's not a bad thing, is it? You know, I'm really curious as to what the mercenaries thought they were doing. Someone willing to attack the Holy Order is either extremely powerful or extremely naive. Anyway, it's been an honor to meet you in person. Let's talk later.
Да, давай. Так, а ты что скажешь? Дунвор.
I don't want to hear it.
Прошу прощения.
You're prattling. I don't want to hear it. Just shove off.
Может, тебе морду просто набить? Как пожелаете, принцесса. Ну, типа того, да.
Heretics.
И пошел к черту. Тоже мне.
All right, enough of the chatter. Come here. Here. These potions will be necessary later, so be careful with them. Apart from
чуваки,
that,
я
it's still a
на
few
2
miles
головы
to the
выше
ritual
тебя,
place.
и ты еще что-то
As
смеешь мне
you're
выглядывать.
gifted with
Вот-
magic,
вот-
the spores in the forest
где ты, а
ahead will
где
make
я?
you a little dizzy, but we won't
Да,
stay for
вот
long.
именно вот так и смотри на
Any
меня.
questions?
На каких именно спорах идет?
Long story. Simply put, they come from a special kind of mushroom that has infested this forest, and staying near them worsens the arcanist's fever. So, in case you're thinking about exploring further, take some magical protection and some ambrosia with you.
Хорошо. Выдвигаемся.
Good. Stay close to me.
Блин, да я и сам как бы могу о себе позаботиться.
But it's too late for that. Korek would conquer the city. Then you will be ashamed.
Мужик, стой, я кое-что видел. Ну,
Huh?
у меня опять было видение, чувак.
Oh, did you now? So, what did you see? A horde of naked Scarag women charging towards us?
Ты в курсе, что у тебя нос красный? Ты что, бухаешь, что ли?
Okay, look, you're very impressive and talented, I get it. But please, spare me this rubbish about visions and echoes of the future.
А ты, я
Tealor
смотрю,
always had a fondness for those kind of things, but
Ну
I'm
да-да-да.
not really one
Ты
for
не
all
сильно ты
that. So,
его
let's
идеалы
keep going.
разделяешь. Козел
So
старый.
this is the Whispering Forest. Fascinating. I've read a lot about it, but never actually seen it.
Poor thing. My brothers and I have seen the border countless many times before.
More of them.
Let me try these rat holes instead.
Ау! Так, погоди, мне лихорадка это не радует. Ничего к черту.
Wait, do you see that?
Yes, that man. What is he doing?
Who cares? He's probably just a traveler.
He shouldn't be here. No merchant in his right mind would voluntarily travel through the Whispering Forest. We'll go take a look at him. Stay ready. I see it.
She's with me now. Forever.
Kirosh.
What is? You there? Who are you? And what are you doing here?
She's with me now. Forever.
What are you, deaf? Identify yourself.
His eyes. Master, this is the Red Madness.
Shit, of course. You will put away that pickaxe right now, my sir, and then get on your knees.
She wanted to leave. Don't you understand? She wanted to leave me. Just like that.
This
But
is
now, she will stay.
Ты охренел?
Righteous paths. Have you lost your mind?
I could ask you the same thing, damn it! Did you forget what Magister Yarrow did to the novices? This man could have attacked us at any moment.
Oh, really? Malphus protect us from your cunning. But did the thought ever cross your mind that one needs to understand a disease in order to heal it? And that some apothecary might have given their left hand for a living patient?
You're not being fair, Master. I was only protecting us.
Like heck you did. You behaved like an idiot. And not for the first time. The other masters might ignore that fact due to your religious commitment and your bloodline. I get that. But if something like this ever happens again, you will be suspended from the rites and will spend the rest of your life polishing prayer banks in the sanctum. Do I make myself clear?
He really was trying to protect us, Master. Maybe...
Do I make myself clear?
You do, Master. And I beg your forgiveness for my offense.
Granted. Now let's put it. We will take care of the body after the ritual.
That was awesome.
Это мой.
Just save it.
Прекрасная музыка. Просто шикарный саундтрек в Enderal. Красота.
Here it is. The first foothold. This is where Malphus's vassals erected their first camp. So behave yourselves accordingly. You too, prodigy. Well then, before we start, there's something I need to tell you. Something, important. The rumors concerning the deaths of the Lightborn, they're true.
Вот это поворот.
The gods are dead. They fell 2 winters ago, beneath the sword of an unknown traveler. We, that is, the Order, have known about this for quite some time now, but haven't told the common people yet. But since the 3 of you intend to take the trial, there's no way to disguise the truth anymore.
But how can a god die?
There was a prophecy, as old as the Lightborn themselves, in which there was talk of a shadow god, who would end the era of gods. And it came true. I'm sorry.
You're sorry.
You're telling us that the gods have been killed, and you are sorry. What's next? That tomorrow the sun will stop shining? Tell us that this is a test, Master. It is, isn't it? A test of our faith.
No. The Lightborn are dead.
А нахрена ты ему это
But,
сказал
hard
сейчас,
as it
перед
may be to
испытанием?
accept, we
Чтобы
cannot
они...
afford to fall into a spiritual
heck is
crisis
we?
right now.
The Order of the Gods, Malphas's order, was created to protect the Lightborn. And if what you're saying, this blasphemy is true, then we're meaningless. We failed, don't you see that?
Не, просто непонятно, зачем он нам сейчас это сказал перед прохождением испытания.
I just can't believe it.
Чтобы они
And though I
начали
should be
сомневаться
saying, "Thou shalt live by my virtue."
в выборе
Third
своего пути
Revelation,
или
verse
что?
137.
Зачем ты им это
I
сказал
know it's
сейчас?
hard, Dunmore, but if this is true, we have to show strength and keep on believing in what the Lightborn stood for, which is the idea of peace and...
Oh, just shut your mouth, Sakaresh. If anything, you lowborn scum are living proof that the Order is going downhill. Do you really think I don't know about the village? You're a damned witch, and if this were the old times, you would have been crucified long time ago.
You don't mean that, Dunmore.
Drop it, for heaven's sake! We're all on the same side here.
Ну
No,
вот.
we are not. This wench doesn't have any right to wear the white robes. And if you would spend more time with the holy scriptures instead of your brandy bottle, you would see it as well. But no, you just...
Shut up! I swear to you, one more word and you will wish that I just suspended you.
But
No buts. Do you understand?
Yes.
I hope so, for your sake. Just be glad that this is a time when we need skilled mages more than ever. Just be glad. Now enough of this. Our demeanor defiles this sacred place. There will be enough time for depression and personal crisis after the trial. Let's recite the holy words. Thou art my light, my glimmer at the horizon. Thy name is my sacrament, and thy path I will honor. In life as in death. May your light guide me. Good. As you know, this trial will test the fortitude of your spirit. Because this is what, distinguishes a keeper from a soldier. What distinguishes a wise man from a fool. Keep that in mind. Now, drink the potion I gave you. You first, Prodigy. Let's hope the Grand Master was right about you.
Да как ты задолбал. Я останусь серым стражем теперь, да? Охренеть. Так, ну и где я?
Oh no. No. No, no. I knew I wouldn't be the last one. Did they also tell you the tales about the Keeper's spirit? They've lured you into a trap, you know. And you fell for it. Because you're arrogant. Just as I am. As I was.
Ноющие иллюзии? Я ждал чего-то более устойчивого.
I know I'm not real. At least not according to your definition of the word. But then again, what is reality anyway? If I told you that you and your friend Sirius actually lie dead at the bottom of the sea, and that everything that has happened so far, your journey to Ark, the search at the Sun Coast, was only a dream, would you be able to recognize the truth? The answer is no. Because you don't want to be dead. Therefore, your mind will do anything to make you believe this entire dream you've had was and is reality.
Не могу сниться сны, если это бессмысленно.
Doesn't it? Tell me, what is time to the dead and dreaming anyway? The last second before the water floods into your lungs. The very last instant before it tears them apart. In your mind, it could be an eternity. A self-created sanctuary built from nothing but your wishes. But what's the point in talking anyway? You don't want to believe me. And I'm tired of trying to make you. Now leave me alone before we make the suppressor even angrier. He doesn't like words. He likes the silence. What? They haven't told you about him? Oh, that's so typical. The suppressor. He's the reason why we will be imprisoned here forever. And why we can't access our feelings and wishes. And he does it because he wants us to lose hope. To stop believing. And... you know, sometimes I wonder if that's exactly what we humans... what I have to do to finally be free. Give up. Detach myself from the dreams of the past. Who knows if there were anything else than phantasms to begin with. But no.
В очередной раз убеждаешь, что персонажи тут очень любят поболтать.
Isn't that what makes us human anyway? To hope? And to just keep on waiting for that one miracle that will end the pain once and for all? Yeah, I'll wait. And you will wait with me forever.
Да я убью тебя, если ты будешь продолжать только ныть. Да это что за херня? Нет, спасибо. Так, а что из магии? Я хочу для разнообразия с огоньком побегать. О, укус пламени вот. Ага. И-то ноги ковы. А чё не падает? Ау.
What the? How did you do that?
Откуда мне знать?
You simply opened it? But that's impossible. All these years it's kept me from escaping, and you just... Come on. We have to look. We have to look and see what's outside. We won't get far, but still we have to see. Come, lead the way.
Ну с хера ли это? Что у нас там есть? О, там хлебушки есть, слушай. Как вы бесите. Братское мясо. Что-то еще есть? А у вас тут здорово. Орудие пыток. Красотища. Сожженные тела. Погоди. Он с луком. Тут. Кто-то пытался убежать. Не получилось. Так, ладно. Так, отсюда я пошел. Что у нас тут есть? Вау. Это было бы больно. Понятно. Давайте прислушаемся к тишине, что на самом деле движет тобой. Кто ты? Кем ты являешься с момента своего пребывания в Enderal? Теперь ты противоположность тому, кем ты являешься на самом деле. Тебе есть рассудительная сила, могущество, значимость. А если коротко, ты прорицатель. Ты будешь сочинить рассказ для себя, сказку о том, чем ты хочешь быть. Ты жалкий человек, ты знаешь? Что бы Сиюз сказал об этом? Слушай, давай заберем. А вот это интересно, как нам на мозги капают. Так, а вот... Я смотрю, манна-то не сильно спешит восстанавливаться. Так.
So cold. Maybe it wasn't such a good idea to go. After all, I mean, yeah. This area's small. But at least it's safe.
Да заткнись ты. Бесишь, мужик. Ты просто капец как бесишь. Просто тело. Отчаяние. Тихо-тихо. Они пока безысходность. А еще есть? Ну давай, давай. А, то есть нам так и так туда. Ну ладно. Ох, ё. Какая черепушка. Ладно, пойдем дальше.
Haven't we been here before? By the gods, everything here looks so similar. It's a damn maze.
Да заткнись ты. Не зли меня.
Oh, really? We should never have left.
Сука,
This will be our
сдохни.
doom.
Достал.
Do you see it? All the cells, they're all empty. And there's blood. Oh no. There were people in there just like us.
Блин, мужик, я тебя сейчас в клетке закрою, ты меня достал
Now they're
уже.
dead. They've simply dissolved because they dared to disobey the suppressor.
Хрен ли ты ноешь постоянно, а?
By the gods, this is what will happen to us too. I knew it was a
Как
mistake to
ты
leave in the
бесишь.
first place. I just knew it.
А? Папочка? Так. Ну, вот хоть на человека стал похож. Так, что тут еще есть? Воу. Вломили. Лобак. Валим отсюда. Капец. Что у нас есть тут? Человеческое сердце. ключ. В смысле? Я опять пошел в камеру, что ли? Какого черта? Ты скажешь? А что ты такой спокойный?
What? Leave me alone! The suppressor's punishment. It will be horrible.
Почему ты так боишься этого усмирителя?
No, you haven't. Because you're blind. The suppressor is here, in every single stone, in every bone, in every drop of blood, and yet you are too blind to see it.
Какой ты суровый.
But I should have known. I mean, what can you expect from someone who has killed his entire family? I followed you because for a brief moment, you made me want to believe, and now you've dragged me into the abyss along with you.
Но отсюда должен быть выход.
No, there isn't. Just look at us. Look at what we are. We are the damned because we are trapped too deeply in the past. And that's why we do not deserve freedom.
Что ты, часть меня? Иллюзия?
Of course I'm a part of you, and you are a part of me. Isn't that obvious? But I should have known you wouldn't understand. You're too weak. You always were.
Что, ему нельзя на голову одеть? Полезно. Так, нафига я ее взял, а? Это что такое? Раскаяние. Сдох.
Well, so you figured it out. Yes, I am what keeps you in this place. But was it blind rage that made you act, or have you truly understood who I am? Have you understood what drives you and determines your actions? The salt corrodes your skin, and the water filling your lungs is cold. But you still haven't found it, child, have you?
Так. Я как раз сутки проспал, получается. Спасибо. Это что? Здорово. Мысли занят.
Oh, hey. Good to see you awake. How are you feeling?
Ну, знаешь... А где остальные?
Good question. The room was empty when I came here. Actually, that's quite weird now that you mention it. The entire temple seemed kind of deserted. Bit, probably a ceremony or something like that. Now, tell me, how are you holding up? I heard this trial's quite the feat. Apparently some of the novices never wake up again.
Ну, так. Полагаю, со мной все в порядке. Где вы?
In the temple. The curarium, to be precise. You were brought here when you were traveling with that Ixon guy. I think the others are already awake, but I didn't want to leave you here, so I thought I'd just stay. I mean, hey, you are a keeper of the first sigil now, aren't you? I believe congratulations are in order.
Слушай, откуда ты знаешь про это Айксона?
Don't
Спасибо.
mention it. Bad, though, that this keeperness won't get you anywhere. Do you know why? Because you're pathetic. Simply pathetic.
Не понял.
I said you are pathetic. At first we believed it would be more exciting this time. But now that we've seen the new prophet, our hopes are gone. You're a joke.
A nobody who let his only friend kick the bucket.
As if you'd ever accept. You humans are always so persistent, aren't you? Why? Why can't you just let go?
Because in the end, you are powerless, just as all those before you. And you, prophet, you are the biggest joke of all.
You are nothing but an urchin.
A weakling.
And a murderer.
Идите к черту, твари.
And that is why you will burn. All of you. The cleansing will happen, and there's nothing you can do to stop it.
Так вы те, кто стоит за этим? Не так ли? Зачем это делаете? Что мы сделали вам?
What have you done to us? You are so naive. The world is an interplay of cause and effect, and the only logical consequence of your existence is annihilation. That's the way it was, and that's the way it's going to be. But enough of the banter, urchin. We wanted to meet you, and so we did, even though the result is rather sobering. Now wake up! Keep on stumbling through the mist.
И я вас достану. Да, весело у вас тут, ничего не скажешь. Думар. Привет.
Thank Malphus. I was starting to think I was the only one.
Ну,
How are
подумаешь,
you?
поспал немного.
You look exhausted.
Да, у меня был дурной сон.
You did. That's probably one of the after effects of the potion, but it will pass, I'm sure of it. But it's good to see the Grandmaster was right after all. I woke up just a few hours earlier, and he was here in the meantime. He didn't doubt for a single second that you would make it. But I suppose mutual congratulations are in order. We made it. We passed the trial.
Значит, теперь мы хранители?
Almost, yes. All that is left to do is to take the oath, and then Grandmaster Aranthiel will exalt us to the keepers of the first sigil. Speaking of whom, he also told me some things while you were asleep. About the Pyreans, about these dreams, and of course, about this cycle. This is so bizarre, really. At first we're told out of nowhere that the gods have died, and now humanity is on the brink of extinction. This is a lot to take in.
Что ты обо всем этом думаешь?
Hard to say. I never had those dreams the Grandmaster talked about, even though I'm magically gifted. But then again, I always had the feeling that the Red Madness was more than an ordinary disease. Well, I suppose all of this explains a lot. At least now I can understand why the Grandmaster was willing to break all the traditions of the Order just to get you exalted to be a keeper. According to him, most of our battle against the cycle will stand or fall with you.
Какая честь? Мне жаль, что я не могу сказать это с тем же самым убеждением, как и он. Честно говоря, я не думаю, что мне уже понятно все, что со мной произошло.
Yes, I believe that. It's a great responsibility you've been given, and as impressive as your skills are, I would not want to change places with you.
И каков следующий шаг?
Well, as I said, we both have to take the Holy Oath. You should talk to the Grandmaster as soon as you're ready. He's waiting for you in the Emporium.
Ну, сейчас сходим. Так, а что насчет Думвара?
Right. Dunwar. The apothecary examined him about an hour ago, and it doesn't look good. It's likely that he'll never wake up again.
Какая печаль. В скобочках нет. Немного самоконтроля пошло бы ему.
He was impulsive, yes. But to some extent, I can understand why he was the way he was. You know, Dunwar was one of those people who tried to gild their insecurity with boastful behavior. The reality is that he was the last of his bloodline, and his faith in the path and his destiny as a keeper were all that he had left. And who knows, maybe he would have been a great help to the Order with the right guidance. But I guess Master Bartar's revelation was just too much for him. It's hard to be told that everything you've lived for was a lie.
А вот не надо было вот тому охранителю, который проводил испытание, выдавать, рассказывать правду. Так, глядишь, он и сохранил бы веру, и живой бы был, а так? Кажется, тебе все это очень потрясло, я имею в виду рожденных светом.
Well, maybe I just don't show it as much. But yes, in a way, you're probably right. I suppose that's mainly due to the fact that to me, as opposed to Dunwar, the Order always stood for an idea. And an idea doesn't die with the one who first thought of it. Funny that the Grandmaster said nearly the same thing during the exaltation. Dunwar would have considered it blasphemy.
Ты так говоришь о рожденных светом и их идеях, будто они не угробили тысячи жизней.
That's true. A lot of crimes were committed during the Lightborn's reign, and I don't want to minimize that. But I also think a lot of those crimes were unavoidable, so to speak. Imagine you're the king of a small island, and one day your realm gets attacked by a fleet of Scarab Reavers. The invasion catches you completely off guard, and within a few hours, the Reavers have advanced to the farmland, just a few feet from your city's main gates. And before you know it, you have to make a decision. Will you use the time that remains to entrench your army within the city's walls to have a better chance of surviving a siege? Or do you send them into the field to fight the Reavers there, knowing that there is only a slight chance to save the farmers, but a big risk that you will lose both the city and the farmers?
Ну да. Отступить было бы правильным решением. Все-таки стены.
That's one way to see it, yes. But what if your foray would have succeeded? What if you could have prevented the massacre in the farmlands? What I'm trying to say is, it doesn't matter what you do. There will be people who will despise you for your decision. If your attempt to rescue the farmers fails, you will be accused of having acted blindly and idealistically. And if you just stay in the city, they will say you didn't even try. Of course, there's a small chance the foray might work, but should decisions like that really be made as if they were a game of dice? As I said, I don't mean to absolve the Lightborn of their crimes, but I'd wager my left hand that they had a lot of similar decisions to make.
Интересная мысль. Кстати, о Dunway. Что вообще произошло на месте ритуала? Он назвал тебя ведьмой.
I knew the question would come eventually. I suppose the answer depends on whether you're in the mood for some gloomy talk. Sooner or later you'll hear it from someone else anyway, so why not from me first?
Не было бы вопроса, если бы мне не было интересно. Валяй.
As you wish. Where should I start? Maybe with the fact that I don't remember anything that happened before my 6th winter. I don't know where I was born, and I never got to know my parents.
Ты не помнишь? Почему?
I wish I knew.
Ты куда?
What I do know, though, is that the first memory I have is of waking up in the middle of some village. It was dark, and I felt dizzy and, I don't know, empty? That's probably the best way to describe it. I eventually found the strength to get up and look around, and, well, that's when I realized what was actually going on around me.
Что именно?
The entire village. It had been destroyed. There were corpses everywhere. Men, women, children. And the houses had been crushed as if some mad god had rampaged through the streets there. And it had all just happened hours before because the destruction was still fresh. Whatever it was, I didn't have much time to think about it. As soon as I got up, I saw 3 riders coming through the smoke. One of them got off his horse, ran towards one of the corpses, and started screaming something in my direction. Then I felt a blow on the back of my head, and I lost consciousness. By the name of the sun, it's strange to talk about it like this. It's been so long, but the memory feels as if it had happened yesterday. Well, it turned out the riders were hunters who had come from that village. They must have observed the whatever it was from the distance and ridden back to the village. At least I think that's how it went. I guess I'll never find out. The reason they thought I was somehow involved is that the village priest found me a couple of days before it happened near a shrine in the wilderness. Apparently, I was wearing torn clothing, and no matter what the apothecary tried, he couldn't wake me up from my comatose sleep. And it seems that made the writers think I was some kind of witch child, or unholy beast, whichever you prefer.
Они действительно думали, что 6-летний ребенок уничтожил целое поселение. Это же чушь.
For you, maybe. For them, as simple people, it was probably the best explanation they had. And think about it, it's not that far off. A motherless child who neither talks nor breathes steadily is found abandoned on the roadside and has a strange mark on her face. They leave to go hunting, and when they come back, they find their village in ruins with that foundling child being the only survivor. You have to admit, it's not that much of a stretch, even if those men hadn't been superstitious farmers.
И что конкретно хотели люди сделать? Отомстить?
Probably. Truth be told, I try not to think about it too much. And actually, it doesn't matter, because I somehow managed to get away before they could do anything. I even made it to Ark all by myself, which didn't turn out to be much of an improvement in the end, because I was pathless.
И они повели тебя в подгород, верно?
Yes. Thinking about it now, I actually wonder how I made it through my time down there. But maybe that's one of the advantages of being a child. You don't think. You just act. Still, the winters down there were cruel, and if Master Tyrus hadn't found and taken care of me, I probably wouldn't have made it through my 2nd year.
Мастер Тайрос, хранитель удочерил тебя?
Yes, otherwise I would not be here. He saw me, and he knew what he had to do, is how he put it. Of course, the Order wasn't too happy about a pathless child in the Scuola, just as some aren't happy about you being here. But Tyrus was a highly regarded man, and that's why they let it slide.
То есть он просто увидел тебя и решил удочерить? Почему Орден так озабочен беспутными?
That's right, we do, but we are both still pathless, and that disqualifies us according to the holy verses. I guess now you understand why I was never as connected to Malphas's teaching as Dunwar was. To some of the Keepers, I am still an outcast, and no matter what I do, I always will be.
То есть он просто увидел тебя и решил обучить? Это звучит слишком хорошо, чтобы быть правдой.
It does, yes. But then, he had lost both his wife and daughter 5 years before he found me, so maybe I was some kind of substitute. I don't know. But in the end, it doesn't matter. I owe him everything. He was a good man, and that's all that matters.
То есть мастер Тайрос сделал тебя послушницей?
Yes, and now I'm here. Well, here we've reached the end of my impressive tale. I hope you liked it.
А что случилось с мастером Тайросом?
Gone. He was very old, and there was nothing anyone could do about it. But I'd prefer not to talk about it, if you don't mind.
Да, нет проблем. Так, ты определенно не дочка рыбака из поселения, признаю.
No, I guess I'm not.
Так, это значит, что Дунру верил, что это история о том, кто разрушил деревню, правда?
He does, yes, and he's not alone in his opinion. One of those hunters recognized me in the market my first year as a novice, and you can imagine that it was easy pickings for those who were already against my presence in the Order. From then on, they added names to the derogatory stares. Demon Child, Witch, whatever they could come up with.
Типично. Твои способности трудно не заметить от единственного, кто прошло испытание. Но как они относятся к тебе, имеет больше общего с ревностью, чем что-либо еще. Так. То, что ты талантливый, умный и хорошо собой. У других послушников было бы много причин завидовать тебе. Ну, так.
Yes, maybe. You know what's funny? To some extent, I'm glad to be who I am. That way, people just leave me alone, and that gives me more time to focus on what's important. On my goals.
Каких?
Several. But I'd say that's enough of the gloomy stories, don't you think? There will be plenty of time for chatter in the future. Maybe.
Донвар был последним своего рода?
Yes. All of the Dalmordans fell victim to the great flesh maggot plague of 8215. Actually, it was almost sad to see him running around and boasting about his nobility, though everyone knew that without the help of the Order, he would have probably ended up living in a shack in the Undercity. If you can call that living.
Давай поговорим позже. Сейчас мне нужно увидеть великого магистра.
You should. It's already late, but if you want, I can show you the most important places in the temple before you go to the Emporium. What do you think?
Да, я уже был. Нет, спасибо за предложение, но я справлюсь.
As you wish. The apothecary put your gear in the chest by your bed. Now walk blessed. I will see you soon. Yes?
Ну что ж, вот на этой волнительной ноте предлагаю закончить данную часть. Она была не особо интересная. Мы прошли испытания, и было очень много болтовни, очень много разговоров. Как говорится, потраченного времени жаль. Ну да ладно. Продолжение, думаю, будет интересней, чем вступление. А на этом пока все.